Now I'm going to be tying this fly here. Now this is a fiery brown missing link. It's basically, this fly was named and originally tied by a gentleman called Mike Mears from America. Now it can be tied in any colour. Now originally Mike tied it on a straight hook, I'm tying it on a curved hook. It's the only basic difference. Other than that, you can tie it in any colour, whatever you like. Obviously, for our case, this fly would represent Caddis, obviously, but it's really good for midge and even mayfly. It's a great river fly, and they take it for olives coming off if you tie it in the right colour. Now, hook choice, as I say, you can tie it to straight hook standard, or in this case I'm tying on a curved hook. This is size 14, it's a light wire. Thread I'm going to be using, this is a Unithread 80 and Rst.Brown to suit the fly. Basically start at the eye, come down about the thorax length, remove the waist. Now I have waxed the thread. Now I'm going to rib it. Originally it was ribbed by a crystal flash. Now I'm going to be ribbing it with this. It's called Micro-Glint. It's just a pearl thread. It's a nice strong thread. In that case it's yellow to suit the fly. So you can catch in the way down. Find it easier to catch the ribbon the way down. Now the thread is the body. It's basically just the thread itself. Now I'm going to go up and I'm going to come back down a wee bit. So I'm going back up, come back down about halfway and then come back up, just to give me a slight taper. There we are. And then we're going to rib the body. You're looking around about 5 or 6 turns. Nice and tight. Now if you're ribbing it with a flash, you're best to a wee coat of varnish. Even with this you could put a wee bit of coat of varnish on it. And trim away. Now the first thing I'm going to do is a small thorax of this. I'm using this dubbin. It's just diamond Brite and chocolate brown. It just suits the fly. You could use normal dubbin if you wish. It's up to yourself. Just lightly dab it onto your thread. I'm just going to form a nice wee thorax with it. Now, give yourself plenty of room to tie in your wings. Now, there's 2 sets of wings on this fly. So give yourself a good 2, even 3 mil. So you get plenty of room. Now, the dubbin's there for obviously to help the fly, a bit of colour, give it the shape. And then the underwing, I'm using this here, para post in fiery brown. This is from Veniards. It's just a nice brown colour. Now you don't just cut a length off and it's too thick, so you've got to reduce it. So you've got plenty out of this. This is a length about just over 2 inches long. Now what we want to do is like put it on spent like. We catch it on the top, in the middle. Just basically figure 8 through it. But keep it on the sides. In this case, I'm going to just draw it back, just like that. Now keep it long, so I'm just going to line up the ends here, so that you can keep them out of the way while you're forming the wing. So you need that. If you've cut it the right length, it will get in the way. Now we tie the hackle in before the wing. Now the hackle is this, it's a fiery brown. Just Veniards fiery brown. This was just a standard white that I dyed. So a nice hackle. It's a cock hackle. So what we do is, first thing I'm going to do is remove, basically what I like to do, the stem's too thick down here. So I tear that, break it off, and then reveal, take some of the fibres off. Make sure you wax your thread and tie it on the top. Make sure it's secure, nice and tight. I'll show you that. So basically it's lying on top. And then we get your elk hair for your wing. In this case it's a natural coloured elk hair. Trim away as close to the skin as you can, and then remove, basically when you've done that you've got to remove all the broken ends, short ends. so you can stack it. If you don't do that, it'll not stack. And tips first into the stacker. Tap on your desk. Tip should be lined up, yep. There's a broken end there, got it. And then we're going to tie this on top. You want the wing just to the end of just the back of the body, or the back of the, the hook. So we hold that, just make sure you wax your thread, tie it right on top. You go 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 good, really tight turns, lift the cut ends, 2 or 3 turns in front, and that basically locks them in. Now, originally you would stack both the cut ends and the waist ends, and then wind the parachute hackle in those thread turns, so it'd be nice and tight. But I found it works just winding straight under. But before I do that, I want to tidy it up a wee bit. So I get a wee bit more of the dubbing. It just tidies it up, just gives it a better look. So I do a turn between the right in the top of the wing there or so, and then some thread turns in front. A wee half hitch, and your thread stops it bouncing off. Got one of the fibres, so just going to grab this fibre here. Just when I brought that in, I caught it. There again, wee half hitch. There you go. Now you go back into the wing, just lift them up. It's easy enough to do. Just lift them up and get it started. And then bring your hackle like a parachute. Do a turn, you're doing one underneath that one. You keep going to get enough hackle. Oops. Don't worry if you let it go, it can go back. It's nice and tight. Just 2, 3. You could stop at that, but I'm going to put another one. I want to see a bit of colour in it. So when I come to the front, I'd pull the hackle down on my side of the eye and lift all these fibres in the wing back up out the way. Now what I do is put my nail on that to stop it moving, and then go to my hackle, my thread, put 2 or 3 turns in, nice and tight. That secures it in. Once you're happy, I'll put 2 or 3 more in, make sure. Trim away the hackle. Trim away this fibre here. Sometimes I fold them back. The stems are quite thick on these hackles, so. And then we do straight in and whip finish. Nice and tight. Trim away a thread. And we bring down these cut ends, and then the hackles, just bring them down. There we are. Now we're going to have a straight cut at the top, so we just lift it straight up. I'll show you what I'm doing here. Straight up, and then a straight cut. There we go. And then for, basically as I say, this was to represent legs. Well, it gives a good impression of wings, but it helps float the fly too. It was trimmed in line with the back of the hook, so we trim it there. Just bring it out where it should be sitting. Spreads the weight of the fly. As I say, it helps to float it as well. And there we are. Just trim away the fibres here. And there we are. And that's a version of the missing link by Mike Mears. It's a great pattern, as I say. You tie this in different colours. Tie it in black, olives, yellows, you name it. Tie in different sizes, both for caddis, midge, mayfly. It really works well. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. If you enjoy the videos, please subscribe, and thank you for watching.